Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Join us on an exciting lobster catching adventure in Portland, Maine. We booked our trip with Lucky Catch Cruises and set out to explore the beautiful coastal waters. Watch as they navigate the boat, set traps, and haul in a fresh catch of Maine lobsters. Whether you're a lobster enthusiast or just curious about the process, this adventure is sure to entertain and educate. After a successful day on the water, we headed to the Lobster Portland Company to enjoy a delicious meal.
So it gets their attention, but it also kind of like
Take a seat anywhere you'd like. We got bags and stuff and your coats and stuff. Just set them right here on the engine cover. You'll be able to get them throughout the trip. Just set them right down there. You don't want to hold them. You got work to do on this boat. This is upper arm day on the lobster boat.
Yay, lobster time!
Yeah.
Let's
Let's find a place to sit down and relax. Take it easy. Got everybody. I'm Jeff, okay? This is Ryan and this is Jamie.
Hi everyone.
We're out here. We're about 15 minutes away from our first trap, but let me go over a couple of safety items real quick. Is that all right with you guys?
okay.
Anybody buy a round trip ticket? Yes. The answer to that question is yes, you did. So let's be safe, okay? In the very unlikely event of an emergency, I've got life jackets right here under these benches. They're the old school kind. I got a little placard here that tells us how to put it over our head. The black strap goes around our waist, and Ryan and Jamie and I would show you how to do it. We'd help you do it if we ever had to do something like that, all right? I got a little throw ring over here. In case I jump overboard or something, throw me that ring, all right? And they know how to do that. So I've got a black mat here, right? This is where you guys are gonna help us haul the lobster traps. But please don't get on the mat until we ask you to come and help us. Because we got an open rail there, we got lines on the deck, and if you get dragged off of this boat, what are you? Lobster bait. Very good. You guys aren't just a smiley face, are you? And so we don't want that to happen. And seats are for what? Sitting. No kneeling, no standing on the seats, okay? And if your feet are on the deck, where are you? On the boat. Good idea. That's the whole trick, is that we all go out and we all come back. Sound like a safe plan?
Yes.
A little extra credit though, we got some seagulls following us around out there sometimes, and if they're up over your head, when you look up at the seagull, keep your mouth closed, okay? We'll figure that out later. We'll figure that out later. So welcome aboard. I'm Jeff, this is Ryan, this is Jamie, and we're gonna go haul some lobster traps and see the wildlife. We can see forts and history and lighthouses, maybe some wildlife out there. So chat us up, let's have a good time, all right? Garmin owns it now. The avionics.
They just started advertising. Is that the one?
Yeah.
How do you like it?
I love it. I've used it for years. I've used it for years. I just put it in my rooms. You know,
Like $50 a year.
yeah, $49 a year for the app, and I'm running it on this one here. I'm running it here, but what we have is an app GPS. There's a Garmin GPS. I came to the boat about 20 years ago. It still works fine. But and then radar, depth finder, and that actually does pretty well for that. Perino's a good name. You can actually get a Perino radar now. You can get a Perino radar that'll tie to your iPad. No, but then actually it's not too bad. It's less than the whole radar.
need my first 3 volunteers. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry, we're gonna do it a couple times. Reach in, grab a fish, and put it in the bag, okay? Good job. Nice.
How do you catch those?
We buy it. We buy it, yeah. So as we do the last fish, we are getting. Good job. Awesome.
Hey, Peggy.
Now, so we are getting close to our first buoy. Every lobsterman all have their own color buoy. That's how we are designating whose traps are whose. So, look around. Let me know when you see a white buoy with a green stripe and a red behind us. We have to put multiple in each location so that we're alternating, allowing the traps to sit right there 3 days. And now, this is when the black mat, nobody is going to come on the black mat, alright? You need these special shoes to be on the black mat.
Take a big step back.
Alright, so there's our buoy color. White buoy with a green stripe and a red top. Buoys connect to a line. Line goes to the bottom of the ocean. Right here, right now, it's 49 feet deep. Now, with a commercial license, you can have 800 traps. In a single day of work, they will check 300 to 400 traps in a single day, using a mechanical winch, winching traps up from the bottom. But obviously, we don't have that here, so you two, come on up.
You gotta both get in there.
Alright, ready? Reach right on. Start pulling. We have no idea what's coming up in the traps. Lobsters like warm water. In the summer months, they're migrating here into the harbor. Winter months, out to the open ocean for that warmer thermal light. So no, we do not pre-stuff traps. It's illegal to trap over those lobsters.
Yeah, push it over with crabs in it either. The crabby house.
Perfect. Thank you. Good job. All right, just remember the black mat, all right?
Stay on the black mat there, guys. So the way these lobster traps work, everybody paying attention? Hang on here. I only got a second here before I gotta give it away. Otherwise, we're gonna blow down the hill here. You know, the way these things work is those lobsters, they can't see anything really, but they smell that bait, right? And they go in through this little hoop right here, and they go, oh, there's some bait in here. And how do you get out? Go up the ramp to get out, right? You go up the ramp to get in, so you go up the ramp and you end up in the parlor back here. And so when you go in the parlor, what you find, don't you be fighting me. You gotta be careful with these guys. It's like slamming your finger in a car door, you know, when they get it like that. And so we'll see how smart this one is. See. But what they do is they come in, and then all we're trying to do is delay their exit. The trap is just designed to delay their exit of the lobster. What you're going to have is these are small ones where the small lobsters can get out. And then a special one up on top here where it rusts away. These rings rust away. So if we lose the trap, we can get access to the trap. If we can't get access, the lobsters can get out because we don't want to trap them in there, right? And this is a hard shell lobster. See how dirty and dark it is? Doesn't want to let go. Smart idea, Jeff. Well, let's see what happens. So this is a hard shell lobster. The shell is hard. They do not, the way they have to grow is that they have to split open to come out. And so what they'll do is once a year at this age, they'll split open, they'll start a new shell underneath, right? They'll come out of this older one, they'll puff up with seawater, give them a few days, and what they're going to do is that it hardens back up again, and then they shed the water and they grow into the new shell. And they do that once a year. So the first thing we have to do before we can keep a lobster, grab another one. Just give me a hand there, Jamie, will you please? This one's pretty smart. I don't want to let go. I just want to pull the lobster. Like jamming your finger in a car door. You don't want to do it. And so with these lobsters, what we have is we don't want to overfish the resource. So what we do is we do not take any egg-bearing females, ever. And so what we try to do also is they're not going to start to bear eggs until typically they're about 3 1/4 inches long along the carapace here, which is just shy of 7 years old, all right? So we give them a chance to show us whether they're egg-bearing females or not. If they're egg-bearing females, we're never going to keep them. They're breeders. We don't want to keep the breeder. And so what we'll do is we measure it. It's got to be at least 3 1/4 inches. These 2 points right here, I'm going to put 1 point behind the eye. I'll walk around so you can see me. 1 point gently behind the eye. And if if this part here lands on the back, it's a short lobster. It's a legal lobster. If it lands on the tail, it's a short lobster. Now where's that one landed? Don't touch the lobster. Where's that one landed? Right on the tail. You see that? It's landed right on the tail. This one's just shy. This one is just shy. It's just shy of being legal size. So you release them. Now this one is a hard shell lobster. See how dirty and dark the claws are? And see how the dark claws are all roughed up? They've come into the warm water here to mate and molt in the mud. And this one's going to mate and molt. This one may mate. This one is a female. She may mate, she may not. But when she's going to molt and she's going to grow bigger. The next time, this next molt, she'll get 15% longer and up to 40% heavier when she's finally grown into that new shell. And so that'll be a legal lobster next time. We will have fed her for 7 years to get to that point. And she will have shed 25 times to get to that point. Right? We'll talk about how you identify them and some more things as we go forward here. And Jamie will dig in and pull out a couple of crabs to show you. But with this lobster here, so what do we do with a lobster that's not big enough? Let him go. That's right. We let him go. Yes. We're going to show you. I'm looking at the top 2 swimmerettes right here. These are swimmerettes. I look at the top 2 and it'll tell me. We'll go over that. You'll see that in a minute.
Why is it sudsy?
Why is it sudsy? It's breathing. It's breathing air. And so there's a little bit of water in her gills, so she's sudsing it out. Yep. Sometimes they pee right out of their face too, but that's another story. Go right ahead. How do you know what? What type of lobster? It's a male or female. Well, the hard shell is it's rock hard, and I can tell by the coloring of it. It's like it's going to take pliers to open it, take a hammer. They can live. The oldest one is about 125 years old. 44 pounds.
Wow.
Now, would that be good eating or not so much?
Probably some people say it's a little tough. They say it's a little tough. And in that case, it's what you end up with. They like this one.
Alright, well let me talk about this crab so everybody can hear it. So this is one of our 2 edible species right here. This is a Jonah crab.
Wow.
They are delicious. This is about as big as they get, but there is only claw meat in here and a little bit of leg. So fully grown this size, you need 30 to make one single sandwich. So with a commercial license, you can keep them, but we throw them back in the ocean. All right, go like this. What you're gonna do, you flip on its back, rub its belly, falls asleep.
Oh.
But you're gonna throw it back into the ocean, all right?
Okay, mic drop.
Alright, we got another lobster. So remember what Captain Jeff said? We measure the carapace from the back of the eye socket to where the back meets the tail. Carapace needs to be a minimum of 3 1/4 inches. Hook it right behind the eye, it moves its little eye out of the way. Drops down.
No.
Nope, hits the tail. Too small. This one's probably 6 years old. You see, just like the other one, it's black and scarred up underneath the claws. It's going to molt in the coming weeks. It's going to turn 7. It's going to be big enough.
So it's a hard shell.
Hard shell lobster, exactly. Soon it'll be a soft shell lobster, and it'll be bigger. It'll be 7 years old, like some of you, and we're going to eat it. But for now,
They're 7 years old. Anybody 7?
Uncle,
If you're 7, you're edible. All right, she's a keeper, huh? Happy birthday!
lobster.
Happy birthday!
Because like Captain Jeff was saying, if this pinches you, really hurts. So we're going to throw her back over. You say what? Good job! Good job, that was so good! We owned by two different families, so it's two different sides. We got that fort right there, that's Fort Scammell.
Okay.
It was originally built in 1808, part of the trade embargo against England. Later used for the War of 1812. You can come out here, rent a yurt out there, and go glamping. It's really cool. This side of Palestine is served as Ellis Island at the North Beach. Processed over 1 million immigrants going to America. Right there.
Shaped like a donut. It's hollow on the inside. Pretty cool. We have some pictures that we can look at in a minute. The cannons that were put into this fort were pretty much obsolete by the time the fort was completed. There was a more efficient cannon, so this fort didn't see any action. The only kind of action it saw was anti-submarine mines and anti-submarine nets for inside the fort.
And they planted the trees up there to hide it from the drones in the Civil War. You know those remote control drones? You know the remote control drones that were flying around in the Civil War? That would disguise the top of the fort. All right, what color are we looking for?
Green.
What color moving?
Light green.
Red. Pass it back. Everybody grab the line.
Good work.
Good job.
You gotta earn your keep. Come on, get to work.
Good work.
How deep is this? 48 feet.
Cool.
Keep going.
Keep going, guys. It's almost there.
Don't make Jamie do all the work.
Good job. Nice job, you guys. Good pulling. Keep going. One more. Big pull. Perfect. All right, let go. Everybody let go of the ball.
Oh.
This one's regenerating, and that right there is the regeneration process for the other claw. See that? So that claw is going to grow back. See that? That's the
Oh, yeah,
regeneration
that's
process.
Marco.
Lobsters fight with each other, they eat each other. No friends amongst lobsters. All right, let's measure this one just to practice our measuring skills.
You have a question?
Too small.
Ask me.
Too small, but this will still hurt if it pinches, so we won't hand it around even though it doesn't look scary.
So, how long does it take to regenerate?
Great, that's an awesome question. About a year, that size. What do you think? Too small?
Yeah,
Too small. See you later.
Bye-bye. See you later, alligator.
Hey, why is it down?
Is our other type of crab. This is a rock crab. Same idea. Delicious, fully grown, size of my hand. You need 30 to make a sandwich. So there's a rock crab and there's a Jonah crab. That's our two edible species. If you ever at a restaurant that says peaky toe crab, it is one or the other or a combination of both. Peaky toe sounds fancier, they're going to charge you more money. So this one pinches and it draws blood and it hurts. So we're not going to hand this one around, all right? Sound good?
Yes.
But can we say bye?
Bye-bye.
No, you can actually just help.
Those seagulls haven't carried any little kids away this year, have they, Jamie?
What?
Those seagulls haven't carried any kids away this year, have they?
Yeah.
Not this
All
year?
right, good job. Stay right here. Let's see. Do you want to do it?
That one.
Do you want to do it?
You did. You did.
What? Awesome! Nice and disgusting and gross. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah? Yeah, juice, yeah. That's really gross. Alright. all lobsters are moms. So this one has no eggs and no notch. You can assume she won't be a mom in her life, and you can keep her. Not always a perfect system though, because sometimes you eat a lobster and it's a girl. You open up the tail. Inside the tail there's red roe. Those are pre-developed eggs. So some do sneak by the system, but it helps to save a vast majority. Because if they breed once, they breed for the rest of their life. The bigger they get, the more eggs they're gonna hold. Got it? All right, we're at our last trap. Only when it first molts.
What does that mean?
And it grows. Remember how we talked about that, right? All right, what do you guys think?
Muddy bottom.
Too small. Okay, but is it a boy or a girl?
A girl.
Let me see.
Girl.
She's too small. But there are no eggs and there is no notch, but she doesn't make our legal minimum size. If she made it, we would keep her because she has no eggs and no notch. But for now, she's got to go back. That's okay.
Oh yeah. You get to see it. Nakita ka na? Nay ano? No? Bye-bye. Squeeze.
Let go and twist it 90 degrees. Just like that. Perfect.
Sige lang.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our lobster catching adventure with Lucky Catch Cruises, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting adventures. See you next time.